So, welcome back. I've been around for a while, been off ill, but hopefully all on the mend now. And yeah, working on page 2 and 3. We're just working on the top of the page, because remember we got the underneath as well. And I had my cardstock standing up and it didn't like it, obviously. So I've cut just 2 black mats. I haven't cut the white mat or anything as yet, because it's basically a photo mat, so your photo is going to go on here. So I've cut these two to 6 inches by 4 inches, so just the standard jumbo. Just going to pop some tape. And I have chosen 2 of the rub-ons. Right, going to pop those to the side. So I've chosen these 2 rub-ons. I thought that I would add this one on the left and that one on the right. Although I'm thinking now I might cut that one and add that one there. See, there's that bit of that flower sticking out. So I'm just going to pick up my Sharpie, because we don't want to waste any of this. So I'm actually just going to chop it off. So I can keep that little piece because I might be able to use that somewhere. So I've got that little piece that remains. I'm going to pop that over there, and I've got a few other little bits that I've kept. I'm just going to pop those there. So I'm going to add this one. There's some writing over here. I'm just going to pop it over the writing and against the edge of the page. So the writing is still sticking out. And the surface underneath is quite squidgy because of the pages underneath already, but it's going on. So it's just adding a little bit of that teal, bringing it in on this side. And then my photo mat is going to sit there. And on this side we're going to pop this one. I love how it just alters the page. Just make sure as you're lifting it that it has all stuck. Stunning, really, really lovely. And I am going to try and line this up as best I can, but if it's not perfect, it doesn't really matter. Shouldn't have taken that tape off. Okay, so that's the base of page 2 and 3, the tops of page 2 and 3, and then we've got all these things which are really, really cute, which we can now come in and use to embellish. I don't really want to embellish on this side because then we lose that butterfly, so it might be something that I do in this side again. I've just dropped this whole container on the floor with all these things in. And remember, nothing ever has to be exactly the same. Remember, we want space to still put our photo underneath. So just to make teeny little clusters, we have loads of bits. So to make my clusters, I always like to kind of build it up before I start sticking, that is. So I've got adventure with friends, more wonder, and it needs a little bit more green, I feel. Also got to be careful that we don't stick stuff over the fold. And remember, we've got this little bit here, and also remember from this piece I had this little offcut. I thought I might be able to use it. Just going to bring this down. So now a little trick that I use, some of you may already use it, but a little trick when I'm building clusters, and I found something that I kind of like, and I've liked this, the way I've set it up. I take a photo of it on my cell phone, and then I can take it apart. See how we've got on here. So now I added a little bit of interest, and that can come in there. That's going to come in behind like so, and I'm thinking we could add a little bit more greenery because we've got a lot of greenery. Okay, so something like that. I kind of like that. So let's get sticking. Let's put this over there. Right, so just so I remember how I've done it, let's take a photo of it. And let's start with the sticking process. So move those down, and those down. Leave my finger. I'm going to take this one in place. Let's get this one going down. We could raise this. And keep that one flat. So my tape is only 1 millimeter thick, so it's not going to be massively raised. Oh, I've gone a bit too far with the F. So it's stuck under the adventure there. But you can still read it. Okay, so I'm happy with that little bit there. Then over here, I'm thinking of just popping this bit. Oh, what an idiot. Forgot to remove the piece. I'm going to just pop that over there. I think this is the first time I've actually scrapped in about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks now. Feels good to be back. I'm not sure if I love this color on here. I also would like to raise that. Sorry for that interruption. So I was just busy putting that some tape on the back. And then I wouldn't mind finding maybe, so I've got all my bits here. Don't know if that one's going to work. I think we need a bit of color possibly. There are a lot of butterflies, so we've got an awful amount to choose from. And I've tried to choose similar styles of butterflies because don't we normally find similar styles? Okay, bit of tape. Let's just put a bit of glue on the abdomen. See, I've just folded these on the abdomen and I'm just putting glue on the abdomen so that we can get a bit of hearts. Okay, so we have got a nice little cluster there, and we've got a little cluster here. We could even come in with a few leaves, but we can see at the end. We don't want to put too many things on now. Okay, so I'm happy with the top of page 3. Then this is page 2. I found this, I quite like this idea, just to pop it in underneath. There's that one, but there's also this one. Its colours are pretty good for this page. And remember, we could also cut some tags because we do have the die. Let's have a look here. Trying to build up a little cluster. I need a couple of flowers, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, chop that in half. And then I want some words. Let's take the thinner tape for this one. So I want to stick it there, but now I have put the tape on. So I've just cut through the top, the release tape, not the whole thing, so that you can slide a photo. Okay, so I've left that bit of release tape. so the photo can slide underneath. And what I've done with my cluster here is that I'm kind of split it between the photos. So if nothing else, I hope to inspire you to chop things in half and make them work and play. Just have fun. Let's see what else we can find. And remember, sometimes I don't finish off, I come back. And there are a lot of these blank. A lot of these blank bits. So let's put half on this side. Putting some on this side, because again, instead of cutting it, I want it to leave that piece on there. Do I want best day? Do I want favorite? Do I want high friend? There's another favorite. So I'll take this. Okay, so I haven't done heaps on here. I do want to have a peek at one of these, because I really do love these. That one's got the blue flowers on, so I'm going to stick with that one. I think I might be overdoing this a bit, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it there. Sometimes less is more. Okay, so that's pretty much where I've got to on page 2 and 3. Remember, I still have to do the inside of page 2 and 3.